Are we on? Do I have something on my face? Good. We're on. We're on here. We are on there. Good morning, everyone. I want to apologize for this. You know who I look like? This is that stage where my hair starts like flipping out on the sides, and it's just maybe in a couple weeks it'll be long enough. It'll just way down. I look like this is a reference for everybody. Do you remember Schemer from Shining Time Station? It has that little flip up curl. And he was a good actor. I like that guy. Maybe I'll sing that song later. Hello to everybody listening in spaces. Hello to everyone in the chat. Let's not waste any time. Let's look at these underwear. They're mildly nautical. I don't even know if you can see on camera, maybe a little. There's little anchors, little gold anchors, and other ship accoutrement, maybe a buoy or two. And then it says a phrase on it, and I have no idea what the phrase even is. It says buoy, it says ship, I sink the ship. I'm not really sure. It's nautical nevertheless. Maybe there's a bow and a port. Who am I to say? Starboard is the most pompous side of the ship. It just automatically, that name makes you realize starboard thinks it's better than all the other sides of the ship. I did put a poll in the chat, and I said, what's the better Ninja Turtles ripoff? Streak Sharks or Biker Mice from Mars? And I feel like I can just end the poll because Streak Sharks is winning by 85%, near unanimous for Streak Sharks. I'm going to end the poll. I think they all got the gist. I don't think there's going to be a Biker Mice from Mars come from behind here. Let me talk to Ty, who said, I cannot answer the poll because I do not know who Biker Mice from Mars are. Biker Mice from Mars seems like the plot was written to do, well, let's do like a Ninja Turtles. Okay, what about mice? People like mice. We all like Mickey Mouse, popular, very good. Okay, now something in the street, something cool, something urban. Motorcycles, like a motorcycle gang. Okay, very good. Now this kind of sounds like Street Sharks and Ninja Turtles. So let's go one step further. What about Mars? You mean they're all in space? No, they're on Earth. They're just from Mars. And then they come here. So it's Mars has a planet of mice, was the general world building in this show. I will say they did have a great bad guy, a man named Limburger. Cheese, reference, mice, okay? You with me? And he had a human face, a big portly tycoon, but he would take it off and he would have a fish face. You're like, do fish hate mice? Shouldn't be a cat or something? Or a rat? Nevertheless, Streak Sharks win. Ty say, good morning, RJ. I hope you slept well. Think I did. How are you feeling? Fine. I got things going on, moving and shaking, and I'm just trying to focus on one thing at a time. Tom said, good morning, RJ, the chat, and RJ's dad, who holds his coffee in the most unstable way possible. On my podcast, More Content with RJ City, last week, I talked about how my father holds his coffee cup, like from Tim Hortons or something, in between his middle finger and his thumb. And I brought it up as just a childhood recollection, and my father was alerted that I spoke about him, and he listened to it, and it bothered him. He texted back a defense, and his defense was, and for my father's sake, he can defend himself here, those cups have no sleeves, so it's very, very hot. And that was the only way he could hold it without burning his hand. And then I told my mother about it, and she said, yeah, and he used to shake it. He used to put the cream in and shake it like that. And that's why the coffee would get everywhere, and he'd have to slip it up. So anyway, we've made amends, though. Sean said, I wish I could post the That's Bait gif under the poll. I'm sorry. Sean also said, hey, occulties, hi, RJ, Papa City, I guess that's what we're calling them. No, he's not here. No, don't worry about it. Don't get that excited. Red Dog said, I barely remember Biker Mice from Mars. Maybe I'm the only person who really dove into the Mars universe. Red Dog says, sorry, I'm not supposed to plug channels. You are. You can do. I mean, you're not supposed to, but I have no problem with it. There's one called Rinse Repeat that has lineups of 80s, 90s, and 2000s cartoons, live action shows. I think they have Biker Mice and Streak Sharks on the channel. They must. But unfortunately, apparently they have no 1992 Addams Family cartoon because of copyright. I think we can live without that. We got the streets, we have the mice, we have Mars, we have Toxic Avengers, perhaps. Just throwing it out there. Samurai Pizza Cats, Freakazoid, Hysteria. We're just naming this is the cartoon episode. Okay, Gamer says, well, hi, and well, hi to you also as well. Poe Girl says, Biker Mice from Mars sounds cool. It does, in theory. Made for a hip pitch. TJ says, Street Sharks is goated. Can't believe we're using that as a thing. It's just so sounds gross to me. It wasn't bad, but Street Sharks is better. Okay, agreed. That message is clear. Deb said, good morning. I'm at work on a Sunday, but you're watching me while you work, so you're getting paid to do this. So calm down and enjoy it. Val said, good morning, all. Christine is here. Mia said, I'm at a hotel. I went to AEW last night. I hope that they have continental breakfast, but I also hope maybe they have a Starbucks downstairs or something better than the hotel room coffee with the styrofoam cups. That's my sincere hope for you, Mia. Jonathan said, morning, all. Headed to work on a Sunday, and I always imagine anyone says something like that they have a black leather briefcase. But first, I had to watch the preeminent coffee and underwear show in the industry first. We are first and probably the only. And that says a lot about the idea itself. So Sierra retracted a message. Damn it. Nell said, oh, we had a poll. And good morning, Ahoy. Yes, we're saying Ahoy. Rowdy said, good morning, Huckleberries. Tiffany said, good morning. Raymond said, good morning from Cleveland, Oklahoma. Didn't know that was a thing, unless you just can't decide where you want to live. Nell said, isn't So Sierra on a ship right now? It is my understanding that So Sierra, let me see. Nell said, Biker Mice had a cool song. They are biker mice from Mars. They are biker mice from Mars. They are biker mice from Mars. Rotors on a motorcycle. I think that was the song. So Sierra said, good morning from the middle of the sea. So Sierra is aboard the Jericho cruise, and she saw some comedy Hausen last night. Dan Hausen hosted it with a cape, is my understanding, with an Orson Wellesian cape. And good for him. And you can buy his coffee at rootlesscoffee.com. But more importantly than that, Velzen, you can buy this coffee, which I'm sipping right now, and we'll press more of soon. High Anxiety, rootlesscoffee.com. Thank you all for getting it. It is a hot item. It's on their bestseller list. And we're talking about doing more weird things. So certainly stay tuned in that regard. Grill said, I was more of a SWAT Cats kind of guy. Anyone also remember all the Power Rangers ripoffs? There was VR Troopers, which I believe had one of the supporting characters from Boy Meets World. And of course, Beetleborgs, which is another kettle of Borgs entirely. Austin said, good morning, everyone. I honestly thought I wouldn't get up this morning because me and my family went to the circus last night. I didn't get home till after 11:30. Austin, where is the circus? What is the name of it? And why is it so late? And speaking of Circus Eye, which I believe is a plural term, in 3 weeks' time, 2 or 3 weeks, David Arquette, our little friend who could, is bozoing it up in New York. And he's hosting and curating a circus experience. And I may have to go pay my respects. I wish Orson Welles was also a clown. That would be great. Aaron said, Samurai Pizza Cats forever. They were smarter. But Ninja Turtles are so pizza oriented that it was a bold move for Samurai Cats to go, you know what? We want pizza too. They could have been, Samurai Sushi Cats. They could have picked any other food, but they were like pizza. Jason said, I hope everyone's having a pleasant morning. That's so sweet. Sean said, I was a Power Rangers kid, missed it by that much. Well, there's still Power Ranger kids because they haven't stopped. Susie said, good morning, RJ. What was your favorite series as a kid? I mean, Pee-wee's Playhouse should not surprise anyone. But if I had to pick like a cartoon, Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling, I found hilarious. I watched a lot of, I have the Ghostbusters cartoon action figures. I have a lot of them. And I'm not really sure why, but I did enjoy also Gargoyles. Rowdy Kate said, so Sierra, I'm amazed you have Wi-Fi enough to watch. Thank Danhausen for making sure the Wi-Fi is in working order so people can watch this aboard a cruise. Nails wants to hear about the circus. Yolanda said, good morning. Positively said, my father did harass me for a week over this. Spot Center said, have you congratulated Josh Alexander yet? Well, he won, and then he immediately lost. So I missed the congratulations window. However, I did give him a preemptive congratulatory tweet, in a sense, and I spoke to Jade, who is a better vessel of my sincerity. I think she would receive it better than he would. Sometimes he's probably like, well, where is the insult here? I'm waiting for you, and then they won't accept it. So, but I missed. That was there was like 9 minutes in there where I could have congratulated, and I didn't. Helen said, morning, not a cult, more of a coffee club group. The coffee club. Tom said, I saw someone hold their coffee like that. I wouldn't be able to resist the urge to slap it. It's so slappable. I always have a fantasy where, I don't know, I'm stressed and I'm at a catered affair and there's a waiter coming by with a big tray and I'm so angry that I just walk by and I go, wah! And that's what you really need to do. If you ever have the opportunity, because people want to go slap down if somebody has anything in their hands, they think that's the real answer. The best one is the up hand of a tray or something. But you have to keep walking. Because if you stand there, it's going to go all over you. You have to be going at a good clip and then do that on the run. It's a lot better. Tom said, I saw someone, we literally just read this. Nell said, Papa City may be listening. That's always possible. Susie said, good morning, everyone. Have a nice, relaxed Sunday, everybody. Speaking of the circus man himself, the bozo di tutti bozo, David is here and said, good morning, middle finger holding coffee drinkers. Yeah, I have a hole in the cup and I do like this and I drink like that. SM said, I want to see Papa City on the show. Maybe that will happen sometime in the future. Where are we? David, tell them more about the circus. Tiffany said, I was a huge Toxic Avengers fan. Nails Head Spot Center, no passion from me. Over it, but acknowledging your trolling about poor Josh. That was, yeah. Susie said, I loved Saber Rider. Never heard of it. Nails said, oh my God, Samurai Pizza Cats had an epic theme, which I believe was Samurai Pizza Cats, Samurai Pizza Cats, Samurai Pizza Cats, felines eating mozzarella. I believe that was the theme. Mia said, Waffle House disappointed me last night, saying it was takeout only and their employee was outside just taking a break and told me I would have to wait. Waffle House sometimes is too, when the craziness is built into the brand, it sounds like, we're going to Waffle House, shit may go down, and you really just want to have food. You just want to have a normal, so sometimes, like, that's on brand for Waffle House, but not worth it for you. So Sierra said, I always get the highest internet package for $30 a day for one device, but worth it. Dear Lord, get the housing to pay for that. He's hosting comedy shows in Capes. Nail said, free song. Now you got two. Jonathan said, Nail said, I'm also sipping Velzen. Thank you. And Mia said they do have a Starbucks downstairs. That's good. Jonathan Santos said, after RJ mentioned Freakazoid, I believe he would make the perfect live action version. I believe I would too. And I also feel like, and I only realized this recently because somebody tagged me in a Freakazoid clip. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And also Yakko Warner from Animaniacs. Like maybe that's also me too, they're both very similar. Beetleborgs. Jason just yelled Beetleborgs. SM said, I would drink some. Oh, my father just texted me. Tim Hortons drive-thru this morning, right on schedule. Guy in front reached out of his window and received his medium-sized cup with his middle finger on the bottom of the cup and the thumb on top, and it wasn't me. Seems like it is either a thing or something that is catching on since you outed me. Yeah, it's the hot new trend. You know, Chubby Checker had the twist, and my father has holding your coffee with your thumb and your middle finger. Everybody's doing it. Aaron said, big, bad Beetleborgs. Yes, unless we forget the Pokemon ripoff Digimon, which I never watched, but I remember vividly. SM said, I would like to drink some now, but I don't want to fall asleep. It's okay. You just have a sip. Enjoy yourself. Sean remembers Beetleborgs. Jonathan Santos said, can't forget Mystic Knights of Turnanog. I have heard of the title before. Could not tell you. If you showed me a frame, I would have no idea. Jim Zilla said, Superhuman Samurai with Matthew Lawrence. Matthew Lawrence is the name I was looking for. Thank you. Red Dog said, unanswered questions from last Sunday. RJ, what are your thoughts on TCM's new logo and background, the removal of the channel bumpers like TCM Open All Night and their show Reframed? I think they're moving a little more into the Criterion Collection sort of realm, and I like it. And I think even the most ridiculous films, if you treat them seriously and you discuss them, it's a very interesting thing to do. I feel like they can do no wrong for me. I love them. I loved Robert Osborne and Ben Mankiewicz. And I also want to say, tonight at 8 p.m., Mario Cantone is back on his kitsch curation kick. And I've seen him kick. And he's got real solid ankles, so he can certainly put some weight behind them. At 8, he's playing Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And then at 10-something, he's playing Straight Jacket. Both Betty Davis, Joan Crawford. I shouldn't need to say more. This is a murderer's row of movies that Mario Cantone likes to watch. So please indulge him in that endeavor. Also, Baby Jane has Victor Buono looking exhausted. It's some of the best exhausted. He goes, almost the whole film. And it's really underappreciated. David said, oh yes, David Arquette is the creative director of Empire Circus in Dumbo, Brooklyn, starting November 14th. So grab your popcorn and I went to the Ringling Brothers Circus when I was a kid. Maybe it was like Nassau Coliseum. My grandmother took me, and they had a thing where they dressed you up as a clown, and you put on the used clown clothes and wore it the whole evening, and at the end returned them. I guess it was based on the honor system, and they took a nice Polaroid of me, and I still have it. It was a good time, and I also got a flashlight. But it was a tiger's head, and it went like around like that, almost like a siren. SM is so happy for David. I'm happy for him too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still worried and have little faith, but there's a layer of happiness on top. Michelle said, hello there, everyone. Hope we're having a lovely day. So do I. Erica said, if you go to the Arquette Circus, you should sneak us a peek. Well, it's going to be open. So like November 14th, everyone will be able, you'll see the circus. If I go, I'll show the circus. Maybe I could do, a little singing. Maybe is there a lounge act? Is that possible in the circus? Neil said, I think people always wait for the RJ insult. They do. Especially Josh, who's known me enough that if I told him something sincere, like, hey, that was great, he'd be like, and Austin said, I went to the Kerbella Shriners Circus. Oh, look at this. My father, thank you. My father found the picture on my Instagram of Clown Me. He's very, a real Ed McMahon energy to my father today. Can we see this picture? Hold on. It'll get better. Is this getting better or worse? Jesus. Let me see if I can block a light. Oh my God. Why isn't this showing up? Maybe it has to be. No, you're not getting any. Maybe. No, this is, there we go. Look at that little fella in used clown clothes. Just wants to be part of the show. Thank you for my father's participation. It was incredibly helpful. Neil said, I'm not here to be in a club. It's a cult. Austin said, I went to the Kerbella Shriner Circus, who comes to town every year in October on the weekends. That's adorable. It's really cool and very fun for the whole family. And a salute to the Shriners for everything they do in their little cars. It's fun. Val said, I also got to meet Yolanda last night, and she was awesome. Look at these people connecting. Webs are happening. It is adorable. Neil said, I could totally go to Dumbo for the circus. Well, you must now. And you could, I don't know if you could meet David. Is David, during intermission, David's out there like Deuteronomy during Cats. You met Yolanda. Rose said, I remember both VR Troopers and, hold on, I'm getting there. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. All right. Let me keep, we got, okay, let me skip a few here. Positively E said, Heroes in a Half Shell. Revenge said, Dear RJ, you dressing up as sexy David Arquette for Halloween? Yes, I'm going to go through his closet and put on, he's got some fabulous clothes. Singh said, Digimon was a fucking banger. Digimon had the fact that it was actually a better TV show going for it. But beyond that, it was just not as marketable, especially in that marketplace. Positively E said, I liked Monster Ranchers. The Digimon's style was weird. They had big feet. Blue Meanie is here, hot off his multiple appearances. I think Blue Meanie has become the new show up anywhere guy, the new Frank Nelson of the pro wrestling world. You just see, and like I'm walking back, so I'll do like a backstage vignette or something at all the promotions I work for, and you'll see someone with a blue ponytail, and I'll go, "Oh, Mister," and he'll go, "Yes," and there'll be 5 minutes of applause. Aaron said, I used to be a fan of Pro Stars and the accompanying serial, that I remember, where animated Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo Jackson would fight crime. I used to wrestle at a place in Detroit, and it was at an antique market, and one of the shelves was like all Pro Star shit. Singh said, I was jealous of kids at school who had Digimon virtual pets. Mummer Life said, Mario Cantone in Solid Ankles is a new TCM classic. SM wants Hit Me Baby one more time, but make it dark. Oh, baby. How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right? Oh, baby. I shouldn't have let you go. I don't remember the lyrics of this part. But something, again, wasn't right. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, what I need to know right now. My loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby. One more time. It's darker because that last 3 seconds of silence was part of the performance. Asa, good morning, RJ, not a cult. Will there be a dunk tank at the circus? I don't believe it's the fair from Greece. Raymond Greaves said, I love hearing young people plug our old classics. You rock, man. Another good Betty Davis film is Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. Another good one, Raymond, which I saw this year, thanks to a darling fan who sent it to me, is Dead Ringer, where she acts opposite herself. It's a good piece of business. And last week was Burnt Offerings on TCM. And it's got Oliver Reed going wild on his son. And Betty Davis is, I think, smoking the whole film. My favorite part of Burnt Offerings was they cut to Betty. She's a painter, apparently. But every time they cut to her painting, it's a completely finished painting. And she's just dabbing her brush in the corner like, and finished. And the brush is dry. There's like no paint on it. She'll just like dab in the mountains and then also dab in the trees as if it's the same color. It was great. Spot said, did you ever have an ex die? No. Now I'm thinking, and no. My daughter texted me that her mom, my brief ex, passed away. Nobody had talked to her for years and it was more of a confirmation. Yeah, I mean, that's so difficult and weird and surreal. And it's just these people you don't think about dying. We always forget that people die until they die. And it's like, and it's crazy that life is really good at making you forget about death. So that is, I hope you're okay. I know that's incredibly weird, Spot Center, and a surreal experience. And now, as a bumper, to balance that out, Mia has a request. Mash up Power Rangers theme song and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in any style that you like. What? Well, okay. Go Power Rangers is like just 8 words, the whole song. Go Power Rangers, do. Do. Go Power Rangers, ba 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 ba. Go Power Rangers, you mighty morphin Power Rangers. Da 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 da. Hey, ba 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 ba. Oh, ba 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 ba. Oh. Ba 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 boom 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 boom. Teenage Mutant Ninja. Thank you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in a half shell. That's right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're teenage, they're mutant, they're ninjas, they're turtles in a half shell. Turtle power, that's right. Dun, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to go back now. Dun, 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 dun. Go, go, Power Rangers. Dun, ba-dum, ba-dum, dun. Go, go, Power Rangers. Dun, 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 dun. Go, go, Power Rangers, you mighty morphin ninja turtles. Thank you. I appreciate that. I thought it was going to be stupid, and that turned out way better than I thought it was going to be. We mashed that shit up very well, and I'm very happy with it. Positively, he said, I love pictures of baby RJ. Jason said, I saw the French Dispatch last night, and if anyone here is a fan of the other Wes Anderson films, it has great storytelling, and the visuals and acting are incredible. Thank you for the recommendation, Jason. Sean said, oh my God, what are we? Oh, we're talking, this is all baby RJ reaction. Sorry, everyone. I'm so far behind. Michelle said, Leo is away in Italy trying to find Stanley Tucci and deliver a smack across the face for all of us, but he sends his best caffeine-infused regards. Thank you, Leo. Positively, he said, use clown clothes are better than dead clown clothes because you always forget that people die. A said, Cats the movie from 2019 is still a sore subject. I've not seen it. I've seen enough of the play. I'm still not over the play. Erica said, no one knows what happened to the clowns whose clothes the children wore. A said, Big Bad Beetleborgs was also underwritten. Good alliteration. SM is displaying their anniversary. They've been a member for 18 months. God, it's so long. Tell Papa City we want him on the show. He can do a tutorial on how to hold the coffee cup. I believe it's fairly straightforward at this point. SM said, oh my God, I thought he was going to Google the lyrics. I knew the lyrics-ish. Nail said, oh, that was peak. That was high school. That was like, it wasn't high school. It was grade school for me. Yeah. And you heard it. Even when you weren't listening to it, you still heard that song. Nail said, oh, I love these free milestone thingies. Nails has also been a member for 18 months. Have you filmed Ask RJ yet? No, I have not. I'm probably going to film it tonight, if not tomorrow. So please, Key to the City members, do get your questions in if you haven't already. There are a bunch so far. And yeah, it'll be up on Tuesday. Spot's gonna say, could you tell Val to go to the International Wrestling Cartel and see her fans there? IWC was like my old place. I have a plaque there. I think they retired my jersey. So Val, not only should you go, but there's so many sheets. There are so many sheets to visit in that area. And there's 3 statues of Mr. Rogers in Pittsburgh. And maybe 2 if they can afford your new post-pandemic fee. Spot Center, message them and I will talk to them. I will promise nothing. Ace said a dunk tank for Stanley Tucci. A Tucci tank. Nail said, who knew what style he would choose? Beautiful. Spot Center said, oh Lord, here we go. It's seemingly fine. It's the important thing always is that your children are taken care of. If you can do that, then everything is great. So hold down that fort for sure. And my thoughts are with you, especially right now because I'm talking about you. Mummer said, Billy Crystal sings the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song. Excellent. Hello. Sean said, the thank you to the imaginary audience as you switch songs with Chef Kiss as hell. You can tell I've not only done it before, but seen many people. I know when the applause should come in. I know when I've done something impressive enough that they will stop listening and they're so overjoyed, they'll just start applauding. Singh says, Cats is weird because it's basically just a compilation of I Am songs. Okay, well, Cats is based on T.S. Eliot's book of poems that are just about cats. So if the book has no plots, how do you expect the play to have plots? I'm a cat and I do this 20 times. And then someone steals a cat and they get another cat to get that cat back. And then a cat dies and comes back as another cat. That's it. I'm not even going to say I've spoiled it because it's not. And there's a really big boot on stage when you see the musical, and it messes with your head. You go, well, how big are these cats supposed to be, and how big is a human in this world? Michelle said, I was scrolling Facebook and saw an obituary for my ex on a mutual acquaintance's page. My jaw dropped when I read he committed suicide by walking in front of a train. Gee, Lord, I'm also sorry to hear that too. That is horrible. And again, nothing just be, nice and loving to the people around you, and that's what you can do. Jesus. But we are all over the place today. A said, Beetleborgs, I'm embarrassed for the bad literacy. Jason said, there was a bridge in the Ninja Turtles theme song that gave superlatives to each turtle, but nothing for Splinter. And he wears over. This guy wears a robe. SM said, so you're telling me there's a chance. I don't know. Neil said, an RJ stream will always remind me that death is unavoidable. Wouldn't want to start the Sunday any other way. Speaking of starting more Sunday business, let's talk to someone. I'm going to hit a request. I don't want to upset the person, but we'll request and see if they pick up the peacockery just because they're a fine tweeter. Oh, and let's see if they pick up at some point. Aaron said, Aaron's been a member for 18 months. As of 3 days ago, Aaron has a new niece. Am I congratsing you? And also, you have to hit up the onesie section of the merch store. You must mean teespring.com/store/RJ Sitting. You can also, the link is there. You're not the only one with babies in my onesies. People like them. Let's see if this works. I'm trying my best. Hang in there. I have a nice little request. We'll see if it works. Peacock, pick up the phone. Positively E said, all we are is all that love brings. Sure, whatever. Who else is here? Michelle said, okay, you guys, on a lighter note, what should mine and Leo's hybrid name be? I think Mileo is probably the best. Poe Girl said, Jason Andrews, I thought you said super laxative. Shauna said, good morning, y'all. Recovering from the trip to Orlando for Dynamite. Glad I have some fantastic coffee to wake me up this morning. Oh, you must mean my coffee. High Anxiety, which you can buy now at rootlesscoffee.com. It's on the bestseller list. I think it knocked Danhausen off. And that's fine by me, Velzen. Although everybody bought his cup too, for sure. So whatever. Okay, is Peacock there? I'm gonna try one more time. And if not, maybe I'll talk to Val again. Val, do you want to talk about life or something? Aaron said, I'll always accept congratulations, even if I didn't do anything to deserve them. You're alive. And sometimes that's enough. Mama said, great, now we're all cursed. Yeah, what are you going to do? All right. I don't think Peacock is getting in. I'm trying. I don't think they're doing it. It's okay. Maybe they don't want to talk. Oh, Val's in. Okay. Here's Val. Thank you, Val, for getting in there. Hello? Hello? Are you on mute? You're on mute, Val.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. No. Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Val. Say hello. You can say hello to the class.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, my God. What happened to you?
Oh, nothing. I'm just...
Okay. Hey, listen, I would like to let you know I put your sticker on my suitcase.
Aww.
Of your stack. And you talk to people. Tell people about the stack.
So the stack is my Twitch interview talk show thing. If you go to twitch.tv/thebaldmonkeys, those are the guys that I do my podcast stuff with. They also interview people, so follow the channel. That way you can see when I interview people or when they interview people. Mostly just indie talent. It's super fun.
Who was the last person you interviewed?
The last person that I interviewed was Sean Patrick O'Brien. He's a ref.
And I assume he's Irish?
I don't know if he is ancestrally Irish.
Right.
He's not from Ireland.
Right. Who is on your list of people that you want to interview?
So next week I have Aaron Wade. The week after that I have Boomer Hatfield.
Oh yes.
My list is lengthy, and I don't want to put out anything as of right now other than the people I have confirmed. Oh yeah, no, of course not. But I'm very excited. I've been lucky to interview a bunch of really cool people so far. I got to interview like Max Zero, Eden Von England, so many cool people.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Can I add a name to the list?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Luigi Primo?
Yes.
Luigi Primo, have you had him on? You haven't had him on?
No.
Okay. For those of you who are not familiar with Luigi Primo, the man is a pizza-making wrestler. And he makes the best pizza, quite frankly. And I've seen him do a nip-up while spinning Joe. And it's like, what? You shouldn't even be a wrestler. You should be in the circus. You should be a pizza clown. I think it's fantastic. So I would, if I have any influence, which I'm aware that I don't, but when I pretend that I do, I would like you to really bump Luigi Primo up to the top of the list.
I mean, I also have no influence, but what I will do is when I message him to see if he would like to, I will send him a clip of this very show. That way,
he feels bad. He feels obligated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to say, there is someone here in the spaces. Is Faye Jackson is here, and she is retired. And as all great, talented, like do-nothing wrestlers are, she somehow has gotten more popular in wrestling after retiring, and that is an incredible skill.
Well, that's because Faye's fantastic.
Well, yes, it is because Faye's fantastic. So we're telling you that you're fantastic. I hope it's not an insult coming from me to say the less you do, the more popular you get. I hope she understands the source of that. Okay, she's laughing. Good, Jesus. Because you know what sucks is that her profile picture is very like judgmental. Like, I haven't quite made up my mind on you. So I'm looking at the profile picture as I talk to her, and it could go either way, you know? And that's an intimidation fact. Mine, I'm smiling. I look like an admirable idiot, no matter what you say. And Val, yours, you have the mask on. You have an air of mystique about you.
Well, I mean, I hide my face, so it's a benefit for all, right?
Yeah, well, no, it's adorable. But you really, because you masked your face in your profile picture, you turned up your eye expressions.
I'm very facially expressive.
Yes, which is very like 1960s actors, very Twilight Zone. If you ever watch the Twilight Zone, they really only act from like that top third of the face where the eyes are.
I love the Twilight Zone. It's one of my favorite shows.
What is your favorite episode, Val?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to pick a favorite, but I really like the masks one.
Yes.
And I like the symbol.
What's the symbol?
The symbol.
Which one is that?
Oh, like the lady is trying to get a thimble, and they keep sending her to different parts of the department store.
No.
What?
Oh wait, is the I don't gonna find, but can we? Is it okay if we spoil a show from 60 years ago? Is it the one where she is a mannequin in the store?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I've seen it. And then at the end, it's the close-up tear on her face. Like, fuck it. Yeah, yes, this is a spoiler alert for all Twilight Zone episodes on this show. It's so they get, what was the premise? The mannequins get an hour once a year where they can come alive or something?
They get like a month, I think, and she was late.
So she just stayed. So you have to, I guess, set your watch as a mannequin?
I guess.
They didn't really.
That's what the thimble was for. It was like to remind her to go back.
They always knew how to get out of an episode before you had more questions.
Right?
You know?
And then I also like Eye of the Beholder, just because I think that's shot so brilliantly.
Of course.
Like, I remember the first time I saw it, like, I didn't realize that I wasn't seeing faces until I realized that I wasn't seeing faces.
See, now, what bothers me is that that episode and Planet of the Apes is another example. I knew the endings before I went in.
Oh, see, I didn't.
Oh, I'm so jealous of you not knowing the ending of it and getting to watch it cold. It's so, one of my favorites. Have you heard of A Stop at Willoughby?
Yes, I love that episode also.
Well, I was once taken to, so A Stop at Willoughby, for those of you who don't know, there's a guy and his boss is mean and his wife hates him. And every time he falls asleep on the train, he dreams he's in this like early 1900s town called Willoughby, and it's very Mayberry, and everybody's happy and whatever. And, you know, his life gets worse, and then he keeps dreaming about Willoughby and wanting to go there. And he's like, next time I go to sleep, I must get off at Willoughby. So he dreams he's there, he gets off, and then, yeah, I'm going to fucking spoil this too, whatever. It's just the worst. And then it turns out that they cut to him present day. He's face down in the snow. And the police are standing over him. They're like, any idea what happened? They're like, I don't know. Just said something about Willoughby and jumped off the train. And yeah, I mean, it's very depressing. But his name was Gart Williams. And so that actor, Val, do you know who his children are?
No.
Tim Daly and Tyne Daly.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the father. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is obviously Daly. A little factoid for all you kids. Shanika said, speaking of mannequins, does anyone remember the show Today's Special?
I loved Today's Special, straight up.
So Today's Special was about a mannequin, similar. It was like a Twilight Zone, but for kids. The mannequin would come alive at night and hang out with a girl who worked at the store and various puppets, and he was an excellent dancer. And his name is Jeff Hislop. And he, after that, went on in maybe Vancouver or in Toronto to play the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera.
You love the Phantom of the Opera.
I love the Phantom. I love Jeff. I tried to get him when I was doing CBC stuff, but I think he lived too far away for us to pay. Austin said, I love The Living Doll, which is, of course, Tully Savalas yelling at a doll. The Bewitching Pool, and of course, A Nightmare at 30,000 Feet. Have you ever seen The Howling Man, Val?
Yes. I don't remember it very well, but I know I've seen it. For a while, I think all of the episodes were on Hulu.
Yes.
And I just binged the whole thing.
It's that episode is some real sweaty brow acting. He just stumbles. He's lost. And that's the first. It's like, this man is lost. He stumbles upon a castle. Everyone there is dressed like Zeus, and they claim to have the devil locked up. And they're like, whatever you do, like, don't listen to that devil guy. You don't think he's a devil, but he's a devil. And then maybe I don't want to ruin that one. Maybe I'll leave some mystique of a 60-year-old show. Jason said, Time Enough at Last with Burgess Meredith is excellent. First of all, I found a Burgess Meredith tribute Instagram run by his granddaughter, which is adorable. And I hate that episode. It's really stupid. I think it's a dumb episode. You know? The guy just breaks his glasses and you're like, meh, okay. There's a million. How are you going to eat? How are you going to clean? The guy only cares about books. It was a little one note for me. It's a long way to go. So.
I think it nailed one of the, especially classic Twilight Zone, tropes.
Yes.
Is that, there's not always a happy ending.
No, in the Twilight Zone or in life. What is your, have you ever had a moment in your life where you're like, this is my Twilight Zone?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could think of one.
These are things I asked for, and they've come back to me from the universe, and they're worse than I hoped they would be. It happens a lot to me.
I mean, almost every day is terrible, but
That's good. And that's it's a quote, and I think that should perhaps be a shirt or a pin. Shanika said, thank you. Oh my God, I feel so validated. Todd said, is RJ the world's oldest young man? Or am I the world's youngest old man? I feel like I'm the world's young. I feel like I'm going to have no problem aging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel 36, so I feel.
What do you feel?
I don't know, probably in my late 20s, early 30s. I don't know, when I think of people that are 36, I think of people with I have a job, but it's not a job I enjoy. It's just a job that I do.
Yes.
And I'm not married. I've never been married. I don't have kids. I literally never want them. So it's when I think of a person, it's I'm almost 40.
Yeah.
And here I am, just traveling to go watch wrestling.
But I think my problem is that I either feel 65 or 12.
Which one do you feel most often?
12. But like not in like there I feel like there's positive and negative aspects to either. Like I feel like a frightened 12-year-old. Like when I'm scared, I feel like when I was 12 and I got scared. You know what I mean?
I would say you're like one of those responsible 12-year-olds that like a latchkey kid that like went home and
Yes.
checked herself after school.
You knew I wouldn't get up to shit because I would be watching television. I was like, they were like, Wings is coming on. He'll be fine.
Wings.
I liked Wings. I know it's Cheers in an airport, but I thought everyone was like just great to be around. They all seemed like great people.
I mean, I distinctly remember watching Wings before school on USA.
Yeah, and what a hot... Imagine being the network that has Raw and Wings.
What a delight.
Brandon said a booth at the Hamilton Antique Mall has a box of every Twilight Zone episode on VHS, but you have to buy all of them for $100. The new exhibit is my favorite episode. Have you seen the new exhibit?
Which one is that?
I believe it is the it's a wax museum. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon. It's a wax museum of like serial killers, like Jack the Ripper and all this stuff. And this guy, the museum's closing, so he takes them into his basement because he loves them so much. And then some murders start happening.
Okay, I think I vaguely recall that one.
So I always feel like I should be able to, like, you almost spoil the Twilight Zone by explaining the premise.
Yeah.
Because I've set up all the pieces, and it's just, and the end is it comes back on the person. Sink said, is Burgess Meredith the dude who played the Penguin? Yes, he is, and he also played Mickey in Rocky. Mick in Rocky, and he was also in Burnt Offerings, which I watched last week. Have you seen Burnt Offerings, Val?
No.
Well, if you ever want to see Oliver Reed sweating in pink pajamas, and I know most people do, this might be the film for you.
I was going to say, as good as that sounds, I don't think I'm going to go out of my way for that.
Okay. You're lost, Val. I'm very sorry. You're lost. Mia said, I feel like I'm the oldest being 43. There's no way you're the oldest person watching this, for sure. I love how people are just dropping their ages. Todd said, I could definitely chill with Ethel Merman. Erin said, this is a very relatable chat today. Michelle said, I went to a Bengals game. I knew I parked directly across from an elevator, took the elevator after the game. It didn't go all the way down and led to stairwells that led to a brick wall. That was her episode of The Twilight Zone. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it is.
And then you turn around to face the camera, Michelle, and your brow is sweating. That was always the indication that there must have been a guy on every Twilight Zone set that would just wet the brow.
I just picture him like squirting their face like I do with my cat when she's naughty.
Will WJ Lapotamane, I can't say these names. Said I turned 50 in 4 weeks. So Mia, you're still a kid. Isn't it such a relief when you find people older than you?
Yes.
You're like, and like you're up to the same shit I am, and like life is okay for you. Oh my God, thank you. Or you just find people that's even when you don't want to have kids, you find people who are 60 and don't have kids and they're functional and happy, and you're like, thank God. Like, you need proof that this works.
Right? Yeah, for sure. I never want kids. Like, dude, I can barely take care of myself. You want me to take care of another living human?
That's the other thing. I don't want to be responsible for anything more than I already am.
Really. Like, I don't want to be responsible for my own self half the time.
And I feel like I'm doing that hypothetical child a favor. Right? I'm like, you don't want this shit. Can you imagine me saying, stay in bed, kids. Dad's hosting his stream. What the fuck? Like, I would have to just burn every wrestling tape and just delete, I don't want them to know anything about me. Pogirl said,
So that's fine.
Pogirl just turned fucking 70 years old, Val.
What?
Yes, Pogirl Shines, who's in this chat, just turned 70.
I don't even believe that.
And my hat's off to you for being, I can't think of another 70-year-old who has figured out how to use YouTube and comment on it.
Right?
Anytime my grandmother has a problem with a computer, she used to say, I want to play solitaire, and that's it. So that whole computer for her was just to play solitaire.
Like, I'm not overly, like, technologically intelligent, but anytime my mom needs help with anything, she like calls me about it, and I don't mind helping her, but like a lot of the time it's really hard for me to like diagnose whatever problem she has from like,
right
150 miles away. So like we've gotten to the point now where I've taught her how to like kind of like video chat with me on the phone and like show me what errors she's getting. So I can help her a little bit better.
It's hard, and then you start explaining stuff that they don't know, and then you have to work backwards.
Right. Do you see the thing on the left? No, the left. Up, stop.
The best part about it is that they look at you like you're Spock. Like you're this all-knowing being, and then you're like, my grandfather would be like, oh yes, my grandson is very good with computers, and I just have like a base knowledge of just using it, like nothing extra at all. Maureen, the free pile picker, said she is 50. Rob said, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm late because today is a no bones day. What the hell does that mean?
So I've briefly had been seeing this bones, no bones thing, and I kind of looked it up because I know how to use the internet.
Yes.
And apparently there's some like dog on, I think, Instagram maybe, that like that's where the bones, no bones thing comes from.
Oh.
Like bones means you're like able to like get up and like face your day and like go after stuff.
Oh.
And no bones days are like, I'm just gonna chill today and have like a self-care time.
Huh. Well, that's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody.
It's just every day. Just make that every day, Rob. What the hell are you doing? Queen of the Ring said, "Oh, hello," and it was either a Billy Crystal like "hello" or it was a Mrs. Doubtfire "hello" thing. Which that movie exhausts me. Anyway, Queen of the Ring, she does her church thing after this. Tell everyone when. And I also have her sticker on my suitcase, so you two are next to each other. You're suitcase buds.
And I actually met Queen of the Ring.
Isn't this so nice? Isn't that weird? Is it like surreal to meet people like that?
I love it. I love meeting people that I know from like Twitter or Twitch or YouTube or whatever. Like last night I met a whole bunch of people that I never met before that I only knew like online, and it's super fun for me.
I should get out. I should meet more people.
So like if anybody sees me out, like come say hi.
If you see a woman with a blue mask on and really expressive eyes. Todd Simmons is 53. Congrats to you. Ace said, will we see you in a future Jackbox game for Up, Up, Down, Down? You ask them. I'm the least powerful person in the equation. Go ask your new king. Go buy your new king who kept saying, oh, you'll be on Battle of the Brands. And then months and months and months went by and there was nothing. Go ask him how his kingdom's doing. Sorry, I'm fine. I'm better.
Are you okay?
I'm better now, and I want to say thank you. Maybe Faye. Faye talks to Big E and Woods. Faye, please. Retro Rob said, I'm the oldest, 59 as of yesterday. And so you have a little arthritis in the knees. It's not a big deal. Austin is 19. I love what everyone's just adding their ages. Kimberly is 44. I feel like I'm doing Willard Scott's Smucker's birthdays. And a special happy birthday to Kimberly Shiraga, who turns 44. Mummer Life is turning 44 in exactly 1 month. So congratulations to you. Oh, Erin is very smart. She said, my mom is watching today, but I will not reveal her age. It's not, yeah. And the horrible thing is, there's a lot of, I'll watch interviews with old Hollywood actresses. And when it was very easy to lie. And especially if anyone who's tried to trace their family tree, like, there's a lot of lying or misinformation because they took your word for stuff. a lot of last names changing and all that stuff. The hard thing is like when you lie like that as like an actor or an actress so long ago, you always have to keep it up, you know?
Yeah, like now it's not a lie because you believe it.
Right. That's until, just burn your birth certificate. Pogirl says, what does it feel like to be 80, I wonder? She is 70 and now wondering what it is to be 80. Doesn't that give you like a odd shred of hope, Val?
No, I hope I'm dead by 50.
Sometimes, I think that was the joke. I want to say I came up with it because it's good, but I probably didn't. I'm thinking maybe it's Gary Shandling. Life is short, but not short enough.
Fair.
Because sometimes shit, like, you don't realize everyone says, go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been miserable for 36 years. I can only take about another 14.
I know. You're like, guys, this is just enough to keep going round and round. Todd said, living in New York, my feet feel like 94. Todd, I've said this before. You need a comfortable walking shoe. That's all I'm going to say. SM said, my croissant dealer doesn't have kids. Yes, they do. They are birthing little babies out of their hot oven, little hot flaky babies. And like that, if you're a croissant dealer, like those croissants are your children. Rob said, I don't get any of RJ's references. But like, I really appreciate the people who hang in there, you know? Resonate hard. Rowdy. Oh, okay. Rowdy Katie, 44, no kids, more money for wrestling shows.
That's exactly what I'm doing, dog.
Right? Because I hear like, oh, let's have a baby. It's just like, let's just throw away money.
Right, if you're going to throw away money, I'm already here.
And we don't have the option of like, I don't own a farm. Like, I can't turn around that child into, profit. Or maybe I got to wait till hope they're cute and take them to auditions. I don't need that.
That costs money too, though. Like,
it does cost money. I blew enough money auditioning for shit. They're going to say, oh, we passed on you the last time. Now you have a baby? Nobody cares. Mummer said Burgess Meredith in the Grumpy Old Men movies is the best. Oh, David is here. Mr. Circus Face himself. Hold on. Oh, I'm so far behind. Oh, look. Pogirl said, I work with computers most of my adult life. No problem. If all else fails, reboot. Very true. And the TV show. Rob said the shade Val just threw at RJ. And the best part is I have no idea what specifically that's referencing. A said the Church of Lovely Friends. Yeah, did Queen plug her? Did I miss the whole thing? Whatever. Okay, let's go to Circus Face. Circus. Are you gonna go see the Circus, Val?
No, probably not. I haven't been to Circus in a really long time.
Good.
Too many children.
Fair. David said Willard Scott is the bozo that helped create Ronald McDonald for McDonald's after a bozo McDonald's crossover burger event. So that's an interesting factoid for you. And he tried to David tried to spell Willard twice. The first time he wrote Willies, and then the second time he wrote Will Drew, and then wrote I give up. But I know who you're talking about, and that's the important thing. Raymond said, I'm 60. The secret is medical marijuana, homegrown. I feel good.
I've never done marijuana or anything.
I don't think you have to say done about marijuana anymore. I don't think you need to. I just remember being like, okay, all right. And I'm just like, is there, whatever. I like a good, what's your drug, Val?
If by drug you mean the thing that I spend an extraordinary amount of money on that I really shouldn't, but I do anyway.
Yeah, but
because I impulsively do it, is probably just going to wrestling at this point in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is there something that you would have daily, like a cup of coffee, for example?
For a while it was Mountain Dew, but I've kind of stopped that.
Fascinating. And what about this Sierra Mist shit?
Oh, I don't fuck with that.
You don't subscribe to it. Do you feel better now that you're not drinking Mountain Dew?
Yeah, I do. I've lost, since June of last year, I've lost over 50 pounds.
That is literally from stopping drinking Mountain Dew?
Stopping drinking Mountain Dew and just not eating as much sweets and sugar in general.
I was just talking about this yesterday, how some people feel like shit and assume it's just normal because they don't realize, you know what I mean?
Oh, that was exactly how I was. I didn't realize until after I like changed my eating habits.
Yes.
Like I had a stomach ache all the time. I
And you
just didn't realize it because I'd gotten used to it.
It's so crazy. I used to get like really, sometimes I still get them, like red on like under my eyes, like near my nose, like it was red, like patchy skin, and it would get worse sometimes. And it was because I was like casually drinking, like really casual, like a couple drinks a week. No, it wasn't like a bender, but it was just not reacting well. And then I'm like,
that you're out getting blasted every weekend,
right? And then it's just like, why? You know what I mean? Why am I doing this to myself? Why would I want to give myself bad skin? David said, RJ, who is your favorite performer from either Perfect Strangers, Cheers, or The Nanny? Pick one. Well, since you included Cheers, I would have to say Bebe Neuwirth, who played Lilith. She was fantastic, especially on Cheers. What about you, Val?
I was gonna say everybody knows you love Bebe Neuwirth.
I'm a big fan.
You know, I'm just gonna say Ted Danson.
Fair enough. He was very good. He was very good.
Yeah, he's continued to maintain relevancy over the years. Handsome guy.
Very handsome, and got more handsome in a different way as he aged.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Well, the time is upon us. Other streams are starting. I know the 2.0 has their stream. I don't want to cross streams. Do you have anything to plug, or do you want to plug the stack again?
Yeah. Follow the Bald Monkeys on Twitter and Twitch. I do my shows Wednesday nights at either like 9 or 9:30 Eastern. Stop in, follow, check the YouTube, the Bald Monkeys. You can see all my past interviews there. You can also search the Bald Monkeys on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. And just listen if you enjoy it. Like, follow me on Twitter, say hi, follow the people that I interview because they're super cool people. I haven't met anybody yet that's been a total jerk, so.
And since Faye is here, click on her stuff. She has a bunch of links of stuff, and follow her. And then maybe she'll change her profile picture to something less judgy, because it's giving me. The real answer is I am insecure and I'm not confident in myself, and I'm projecting that onto her picture. So we're dealing with that. Oh yeah, she just wrote that piece. Okay, all right. Thank you, Val. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll talk to you at some juncture, I'm sure.
Likely.
Goodbye. Well, that was said show. We had a nice time. Thank you to everyone. Enjoy the upcoming Bozo Dumbo Empire Circus. Get the coffee, fruitlesscoffee.com. Let's get a final look at the mildly nautical underwear. You can't even, there's like anchors away, my friends. Anchors away. Godspeed and God bless.